That's how it's supposed to fit, Nick.
Look at that. So boys and girls, what did we learn?
Don't let Nick order things.
It's been a very busy last few weeks. What?
I mean, not really busy. There's been a lot of waiting.
There's been a lot of waiting. We last left off the Thompson Springs, and on the way to Colorado Springs, feel a slight vibration. Go across road surfaces, and the vibration is like still there, and then it starts to get worse, and then it pull off, and then we start walking around, and you check the other side of the RV, and there's like 2 lugs that were sheared off. In fact, the tire was only being held on by 1 lug. The other 2 were sitting like on the ground.
Right.
The others were gone. We called Z's Performance Auto Shop out of Durango, and they came out. We were on like the highway. And they came out and replaced the studs. We followed them back to their shop. They replaced the tire. We didn't want to make a whole video out of that because we don't want to sensationalize.
No, I mean, and stuff like that happens.
Right.
It just,
all the time.
It had not happened to us yet.
Right.
You know, I feel like it was one of those things, something tire related was bound to happen.
Right, exactly.
At some point. We just happened to make it about 3 years before
something happened.
Right.
Yeah. The lug nuts came loose or something. There was some scratching of the inside of the wheel where the lug nuts were. So I read that could be because the lug nuts just came loose.
And then like vibrated.
Right. And then another theory is that somebody actually loosened them, which is, I don't know. We got to Colorado Springs. We came here for some minor maintenance and to complete the bumper saga.
Yes.
If you weren't following our channel, there was some miscommunication when the last bumper was ordered and it didn't fit, but we got the right one shipped. We got the right one on and it looks amazing. Check this out. I think it looks really good. It fits really well. The rigid lights are very expensive, but they look amazing, especially with the little marker lights on. The whole thing came out really well. I feel a lot more comfortable going into like wooded areas, and if a deer comes out, then at least that front end of that is now protected. What else? Random maintenance done, oil change, generator oil change, and then while we were here, the refrigerator broke. It wouldn't cool on propane anymore. It was fine on electric, but we're off grid out here dry camping in their parking lot waiting for our turn to get in there. It turns out that the regulator was like full of oil. So our fridge, when we normally boondock, we go through like propane like once a week. Some of the propane stations, they all have oil inside to prevent your tank from getting rusted on the inside. The propane regulator was full of oil. They did pressure tests and determined that there wasn't enough pressure getting to the RV refrigerator. So when they pulled the old regulator off, like a ton of oil fell out, literal oil. And I was kind of like skeptical. I was like, is this really gonna fix it? And we were all prepared to like buy a new fridge and like replace the whole thing, but thankfully it was just the regulator.
Luckily it was a pretty simple fix.
It was very simple.
And it's probably going to happen again.
Yeah.
You know, because there's always oil in those tanks when you go to get filled up. So it's going to build up.
Especially if you're full time, and if you're full time and you're like always refilling your tanks, this is definitely going to happen within. I mean, the rig was brand new, so it happened within less than 2 years. So if you're full time and you're at 2 years and your refrigerator is not cooling only on propane, that's one thing to check out.
And then, you know, everything that runs on propane in there. I noticed after we switched out that regulator, our heater is a lot warmer now. You know, when we had to kick it on in the mornings to get the chill out of the air, it's like, oh, okay, it's definitely warm in here now. So it can affect multiple things.
So we were pulling out from having all of our maintenance done and having everything fixed. We went to go dump, we rinse, and the toilet doesn't stop running.
Right.
The water valve went out. Like here, at the place where you have your stuff fixed when your RV breaks. It was a little frustrating because now like everything is happening all at once. Everything is breaking, but everything broke here in the parking lot.
Made it super easy for repairs. You know, they were able to get on the phone immediately and find new parts to get things fixed. It was just, what, maybe
got a water truck. It's starting to rain.
It was just like a day and a half of of like circus stuff, you know.
Water pump on, water pump off.
Can someone
I'm good to go.
do the switch? I got to wash the dishes, and then you have to go flush the toilet because it's filling up with water. And it was just, he got the part very quickly.
Yeah, and he didn't have to remove the toilet. I read that usually you have to remove the toilet, but he didn't have to. We just replaced it like right there. And then also while we were here, I went to go pull out.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too.
We're not making this stuff up. I swear this all happens.
And we're definitely not doing any of it on purpose.
No, not at all. I pull out and I hear like a crunching sound. I freaking ran over a Starlink. And there was even an orange cone in front of it. And I even knew it. I knew it was there because I put everything there. And because it's like the Starlink is here and I'm pulling out. And then I cut it too short and then I ran it completely over.
We were pulling into the shop that day to have some stuff done, so I was in the Jeep, I was getting that out of the way, and then he had hopped in the RV.
And I don't have a track record of just running over stuff like that. So it's very frustrating in a way because I've had a perfect record for 3 years not running over anything on purpose.
It was just in a weird spot because where we're at, it was actually, we got better reception with it kind of in front of the RV, away from the trees. We just had a better view of the sky from out there. And we don't have a pole yet.
Right, yeah, because the Harbor Freight poles are like out everywhere.
Yeah. So we just had it on the ground in front of the RV. It wasn't a big deal until it was.
So luckily, from the time I submitted a support ticket saying I ran over my Starlink until the time we're getting a new one, which any minute now, it's been a week. So not bad. It's $250 for a refurb unit if you run over your stuff.
Right, and then you send the old one back.
Right. We may do a video on Starlink. There's already a ton of them. You could find a million of them.
Yeah.
It's been working great. Unless it's like raining really hard, we've had to go out a couple times.
When there's really dense clouds, it seems.
Other than that, I'm not going to say that we're going to leave soon, but
yeah, I don't want to jinx it.
We're planning on not being here for very much longer.
Finally get out of here and go do some exploring.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend is when we came here, so.
Over a month.
Yeah, over a month. Well, that's just the way it goes here. This place does a phenomenal service. Goodness. But there's only one or two of them.
It's a father and son.
Right.
So I mean, there's only so much that two people can do, and I mean the parking lot is full.
Right. There's like 25 rigs here.
Yeah.
At all times, and people constantly dropping new rigs off. So.
But it's always understood, and we've talked about it in other videos from here. It's we'll get to you when we can.
Right.
That's just how it is.
Yeah. But you can camp out here. They have a dump. They have water.
And then when it's your turn, all focus is on you and your rig. We have a bad habit of continuing to add things onto our list.
Yeah, I think that's their ploy. The longer we're here, the more we add onto our list.
Yeah. And they never get frustrated.
Yeah.
You know, it's never like, oh, I got more work to do. I don't have time for this now.
Right.
They'll just keep working on your stuff until it's complete and until you're happy.
Yeah.
They always go above and beyond. Like they think 3, 4, 5 steps ahead.
Right.
You know, if I change this, what's it going to affect? Oh yeah, the tuner. Did you want to?
Oh yeah, the tuner. We put a tuner on the RV. Yeah, I was wondering what else we did. So this is our motorhome is a Class C. It's gas. It is a gas hog when it goes over passes, and you're white knuckle like 25 miles an hour, just like kind of using your momentum and try to get it pushed up over the edge. So we added a tuner. I've read nothing but great reviews about it, that it's supposed to give you just a little bit more horsepower because these engines, the V10s that come in the E450s on the van chassis, they're not really to their prime. You could eke a little bit more horsepower and torque out of them.
I picture it kind of like a governor.
Right.
You know, there's more power there, but they're not releasing all of it.
So we'll let you know how this part works out. I'm interested to see how that works. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, because it does seem weird, like how would this little computer change that stuff? But
we'll see. One thing we forgot to talk about was how disgusting our anode rod was inside of our water heater. If you're full-time, don't forget to check this anode rod at least once every 6 months. Ooh. Uh-oh. Ooh, that's not good. Oh my God. Yep. That's why we have not checked nor changed ours in the nearly 2 years that we've had our rig, and it was not a pretty sight. A lot of shit in there. Gosh. Big old chunk right there. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
This works great. I'm gonna have to put one on my toolbox. Alright, go ahead and shut the water pump off. Yeah, look at all that. And that's not... Yeah, that stuff's just not coming out.
Oh yeah, we replaced the studs. Z's Performance.
Oh yeah.
We went ahead and just replaced likely the same studs that were in there, but I wanted to feel better that they were brand new. It was probably a waste of time and money, but that's completely fine because the work that Z's did was amazing.
Yeah.
These dormant studs, they're great.
Yeah.
We replaced them with the same exact kind, but we replaced both sides just to be safe.
Yeah. And anytime, well, the one other time we've had somebody else work on the RV, once Brazen and Robert got in there, they were quick to point out things that they did not agree with and were not happy with, and they didn't have anything to say about what Z's had done. So it's nothing on them. It's just it's more in our heads.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because that could have been awful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So just to have that extra peace of mind, and like you said, probably not necessary.
Right.
But now it's done.
Yeah, now it's done and taken care of. So from here, we're going to stick around here for July 4th weekend. We were going to go out and boondock, but I mean...
I don't want to mess with the crowds and risk getting somewhere and not having a spot.
Yeah, which, you know, it's whatever. We're fine here in the parking lot for the weekend, and then we'll go out. Then we're gonna go out to Buena Vista for a couple weeks. There's a bunch of Jeep trails and stuff out there. So we're excited to take you on our adventures and show you what's next.
Get back on the road.
Get back on the road. So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
See you on the next one.